On this day in history, Netflix was launched and nuclear bombs were dropped. Netflix was founded by Reed Hastings and Marc Randolph. Hastings claims the idea stemmed from being angered by a $40 late fee because he was too embarrassed to admit he had lost the film. The United Soviet Socialist Republics tested RDS-1, known as Joe-1, to American intelligence. This escalated tensions in the Cold War, which had just started, leading America to develop the thermonuclear bomb. On the same day 4 years later, the USSR would detonate its first thermonuclear weapon. 1882, Australia beat England by 7 runs. It was known as the death of English cricket, after which a mock funeral was held where the wickets were cremated, giving rise to the Ashes Test Series. 1533, Francisco Pizarro orders the death of the last Incan King of Peru, Atahualpa. 1842, Great Britain and China signed the Treaty of Nanking, ending the First Opium War and ceding Hong Kong to Britain. 1929, German airship Graf Zeppelin completes the first round-the-world airship flight. 1909, the world's first air race is held in Reims, France. Glenn Curtis of the USA wins. 1962, US U-2 flight sees SAM launch pads in Cuba, kicking off the Cuban Missile Crisis, where the world was sent to the brink of war. 1990, Saddam Hussein declares America can't beat Iraq and declares Kuwait Iraq's newest province. Unfortunately for him, this was as premature as George Bush saying mission accomplished. 1991, the USSR suspends Communist Party activities, heralding the fall of the Soviet Union. 2005, Hurricane Katrina devastates much of the US Gulf Coast, from Louisiana to the Florida Panhandle, killing up to 1,836 people and causing $125 billion in damage. 1924, Germany's Reichstag approves the Dawes Plan, which sought to solve the World War I reparations problem. Ultimately, this would be unsuccessful and Germany would be led to financial ruin and ultimately the rise of extremist politics. 1958, George Harrison joins the Quarrymen, later to be renamed the Beatles, and 8 years later in 1966, the Beatles would perform their last public concert. Famous births include, in 1923, Richard Attenborough, English actor, director, and producer. Famous deaths include Gene Wilder, famous for playing Willy Wonka in Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He died due to complications of Alzheimer's disease. Somewhat ironically, today is the International Day Against Nuclear Tests. Municipal Police Day, celebrating the police forces of Poland. National Sports Day in India. This day marks the birthday of Dhyan Chand, a hockey player who won gold medals in the Olympics for India in the years 1928, 1934, and 1936. Slovak National Uprising Anniversary in Slovakia, which celebrates an armed insurrection organized by the Slovak resistance movement during World War II. This resistance movement was represented by the members of the Democratic Party, Social Democrats, and Communists, working side by side to resist Nazi troops that had occupied Slovak territory. Hopefully you're inspired to make your day worthy of the history books. Like and subscribe for more on this day. Thanks for watching. See you next time.